As we enter a little bit of a lull over in Euro 2024, I thought I'd focus a little bit on the EFL, that's right, and the upcoming 2024-2025 League Two campaign. And I wanted to revisit my own predictions for the upcoming campaign, who, of course, is my new tip for the top and the new tip for the drop. We're going to get into it next. Today we're going to do a ranking video, or my prediction video, for the upcoming 2024-2025 League Two season. Which clubs, of course, in my eyes, are going to go up to League One, and which clubs will go down into non-league oblivion, aka the Venerable National League. We'll get into all of that and more in a second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for League Two is right here under one rooski. Now, we did do a prediction already, but that was way back at the end of the season, back end of May. It's been around about a month or so since that point, and I wanted to revisit that now that the managerial merry-go-round has calmed down a little bit. Some teams have made a few moves in the transfer market, and I wanted to see what that's done to my actual opinion now. So I've thrown that old one away and took another look at it. And here are the results. We're going to jump into it in just 1 second. Big shout out again to the VIPs. They are the patrons, but let's get into it and take a little look at my League Two prediction. We are doing it a little bit different than we did last time. We are using the cool tier list system. Now we've got 5 grades here with the top one, the promised land, promoted to League One. So this, at the end of it, will have 3 clubs in here. Then we'll have 4 clubs in the playoffs. And then the random, these guys, and then 2 down here for the Venerable National League. That's how we work here. It might not necessarily indicate where they are ranked, but, we'll figure all that out later. So, and we're going to start around about in here or here, mid-table territory. We're going to throw these at you. So let's start with, I am going to come at you a random order. I've got them written down here. So let's start with a bit of a vanilla one, and it is Colchester United. Now, I don't know what I did with my previous one. I'm not going to go back. I'm going to go, this is cold, straight from the heart. Colchester with the Crowleys, been in a bit of a wilderness the past couple of seasons, I think, under the Cowleys. With their experience and previous managerial exploits, they should get it right this time for a full season. So I'm expecting a bit of a vanilla season down the middle, but we'll see if I'm wrong. I've actually got them down to 12th. Alongside them, I do have Wimbledon. They're all just out on the cusps of getting into that playoff discussion. But at the moment, I just see them being in a mid-table. For the campaign coming up ahead. Last season, of course, they were around about 10th. So it is a bit of a downgrade. Maybe it's a chance to reconsider your options at Plough Lane. But let's move on. Who do we have after that? Then we go Tranmere Rovers. And I think I did have Tranmere Rovers quite high in my grand scheme of things. I'm forever blind here. Here they are. I think this is them. I have them down into 14th spot. Of course, previously last season, they were 16th. Bit of a progress. And I did fancy them to make moves up the table. But when I look at the table, I realise that Tranmere are going to come in here a little bit undercooked when you look at some of the bigger boys or the teams that are really creating something behind the scenes. So I've got Tranmere down to 14th. Then we have Gillingham. Of course, a lot of people tipping Gillingham to do well. I've got them down into 14th right now. Last season, they finished in 12th. Backward step. Mark Bonner now at the helm for Gillingham. But again, those teams above them just ain't. They got too much going on right now. Meanwhile, Walsall are also alongside these folks. Got them down into 16th spot with Matt Sadler. They finished in 11th. So again, just to show just the quality that's above them, or how weak Walsall are. I haven't done a deep dive into any of these clubs in regards to transfer news. I will do that in my next one. I'll do another one of these probably around about back end of July, before the season starts, after maybe some transfer activity, pre-season warm-up, kind of get a vibe for them. But right now, Walsall doesn't really give me much belief that they'll get anything but mid-table. 16th for me. Meanwhile, Barrow going the other way as well. Going to have them down into 17th. Stephen Clement's now the manager there. So we'll see how they get on under this new managerialship. Notts County as well with Stuart Maynard. I wasn't really a big fan of him when he took over last season. They were, of course, all the way down into 14th last season. They're going backwards still. So I don't think much progress will be made for Stuart Maynard and Notts County. Meanwhile, Swindon Town also forever strugglers at the minute. Actually, I'm dipping into the wrong thing here. So we're going to have Walsall down here. Sorry, Barrow. and then Newport County. And joining them, it was, who was it? Swindon Town, that's right. Also, a bit of abysmalness going on for Swindon at the moment. Mark Kennedy coming in, though, maybe that might be something that will boost them in the right direction. Of course, he did great stuff at Lincoln, but now taking a plunge here at Swindon Town. Accrington Stanley, again, they lost, parted ways with John Coleman last season, who was the main man behind the scenes, and I think they're going to go backwards for here on in. And I got John Doolan there is the manager for the moment for Accrington Stanley. So they finished 17th last season, going backwards still to 20th in my eyes. Into 21st spot, we have Grimsby. Again, I'd love to see Grimsby back towards the top end of the table, but they ain't happening anytime soon. Grimsby, David Artell there. They did finish in 21st, so pretty much as you were there. And then joining them just outside the relegation spots, I do have Harrogate Town, wherever you are. There you are. Harrogate Town all the way down to 22nd right now. Simon Weaver hanging on in for dear life in the Football League. They're not going to get relegated in my eyes this campaign, but they're on a hiding to nothing at the moment. So let's take a look at the two teams that will go down. No surprise with the first one. It is Bromley, of course, brand new to the sea. We don't know what we're going to get with Bromley. So when I look at that, Andy Woodman is the manager. They've done a fantastic job to get to this point. But again, I always anticipate a bit of a wobble for the newly promoted side. Some come in here like with money, like Wrexham, Chesterfield, Stockport in recent times. But I think this is the first time in a long time, or a few years anyway, we're going to have a promoted side that may struggle to the transition from non-league to the Football League. So Bromley, but they'll also be joined by a Welsh wonder, Newport County, saying goodbye in my eyes. Newport County finishing 18th last time around. It's currently the only League Two team without a manager. So I don't know what we're going to get with Newport County. So I have them down there struggling and probably bowing out. So let's rejoin that cluster of clubs in the 8th to 13th bracket. We had Colchester in 12. We have Colchester in 12. We have Fleetwood. Where are you, Fleetwood? Did I put you in there? Colchester, Fleetwood. Fleetwood are up there. They're coming at you into 11th spot right now. So I'll drop them in there. They're under Charlie Adam, of course, relegated last season, with Charlie Adam at the helm. They should be competing for the playoffs, but I don't think Charlie Adam is the man to do that. So maybe a change of manager at some point in the season. We'll see that happen. But Fleetwood, at the moment, in my eyes, 11th. They are joined with playoff finalist Crewe, of course, under Lee Bell. Again, a little bit heartbreak for them last time around. Crawley getting the nod in the end in a quite entertaining League Two final. So Crewe, in my eyes, will get 10th, and alongside them into 9th, it will be Cheltenham. That's right, Cheltenham under Michael Flynn. He knows what he's doing in this league. They were relegated last season. Will come up with a little bit of talent, with a little bit of blasé about them, and they'll get it right-ish. A little bit of heartbreak actually, because they won't get it too right, because they'll be just outside the playoffs. The most heartbreaking club of all will be into 8th. And I have Salford with Carl Robinson. Again, Carl Robinson knows what he's doing. I actually believe they'll get it right with Carl Robinson at some stage, whether it's this season or next season. But at the moment, I just can't see them breaking into those playoffs. It is a tasty-looking playoffs. Top 7, of course, and we're going to start with 7th, the luckiest team in the business to squeak into the last playoff spot. And it'll be the newly promoted side, Chesterfield. They're on a rise right here. They've got the fans, they've got the belief, they've got the coach. Of course, Paul Cook, formerly of Wigan, he's been there, seen it and done it in the EFL. He's back in the promised land. And I think you'll get it right with Chesterfield over in League Two to the playoffs. They are going to be joined by, they've got a couple of wild ones in here. In fact, this one is wild because I looked at we did the bookies odds recently, and these guys were tipped to go down. But I'm putting them up there into 6th. It's madness. It is madness. I've got Morecambe up there in 6th place. Why? Because they've only gone and done it. They've got Derek Adams coming back. He did it right last time around, did wonders for this club. He's a wonderful coach, especially in his lower leagues. He knows how to make a diamond out of a piece of coal, and I think he can do it again with Morecambe. I'm not saying he's going to blow away the league and get into the top 3 there, but I think he can do something and get the belief back in Morecambe, because that's where he's welcomed. That's who wants him. He's back. They've done it. I can't believe it. Alongside them, it will be Bradford City. Again, I always tip them. I always tip them to do well, and in this case, there ain't no different. Graham Alexander, again, just like your Carl Robinsons of this division, just like your Nigel Atkins He's a good manager, Graham Alexander, especially for this level. And I think they were on the right trajectory last season. They did finish in 9th. So I do anticipate them to be there or thereabouts once again. And again, full season under Graham Alexander will be right and get them right. Okay, then into we go 4th spot. The Heartbreak Hotel continues, but it'll be Port Vale under Darren Moore. Darren Moore, again, highbrow manager. Can't believe they managed to pick him up in the first place. I thought he was going to be the saviour for them last season. They're sticking by him right here, right now. And I believe that he'll get it right. I think he'll get it right, at least to the playoffs anyway. And of course, we'll be flirting with promotion in one way or another. It'll be such a tidy looking, strong looking playoffs right there. But what about the Power 3? Well, in the Power 3, I have Carlisle, of course, relegated last season. Paul Simpson's your manager there. Can he get it right with Carlisle again? They're going to have the talent, going to have the quality, and I think they're going to be strong to compete for the big time, maybe even for the title. But they're going to be there or thereabouts. I'm going to go into number 2 now, and I'm going to go with Grant McCann's Doncaster. I tipped them to do well last season. They made the playoffs last season, and they were a little bit unlucky not to get to the final in the end. So Doncaster will get it right this time. They stuck with McCann. They were playing amazing football at the back end of the season. He's there to pull the strings. And then finally, wrapping it all up at a Dicky Bow, we have MK Dons. Again, making it to the playoffs into 4th last season. Kind of back end of the season kind of went a little cold for them. They stuck with Mike Williamson right now, and I think they will make that extra step into the top 3, and not only top 3 but top spot as well. This is my tip for the title at the moment. This is my outlay for League Two. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We're going to revisit this one more time before the season starts, after some transfer moves have been made. I'll bear that in mind. I'll bear the bookies' odds in mind, and I'll bear maybe even some opinion on why. This is your chance to convince me in the comments. I say that on big screen. Your chance to convince me in the comments that I'm absolutely talking out my backside, and convince me that Crewe are actually top 3 contenders. Convince me that Colchester are going to get relegated. Convince me that I'm talking out my backside about Morecambe in this order in the playoff spots. That's your opportunity. Get in the comments. Do it. Then I'll bear that in mind. Food for thought. And then we'll revisit it one more time before the season starts. In August. That's it, guys. Subscribe, smash the like. We'll do it all again for the other leagues all the way up to the Prem. But until then, we are done.